going on, everybody? Bronco2 here, and it's time to do another video. I haven't done one in several months, just real busy with life, the kid, you know, holidays, all that good stuff. And when I've been out playing, I've recorded some here and there, but everything's just very shaky and not the kind of quality of video I've wanted to make, so I haven't put one out in a while. But, you know, it's been a year in RC, and just want to take a little bit of time to talk about RC lifestyle, the things I've done, the builds, competitions, and my 1.9 rig. It's changed a lot over, I've had this specific one for about 9 months now. So I just want to talk about it, the upgrades I've done, what it has underneath it. But first let's jump into, I did a 2.2 build. So 2.2, it's fun. I really enjoyed it. I like the challenge of making an SCX10 into a 2.2 rig using the AR60 axles that are underneath the Wraith. I got, you know, there's the way to build it. There's right ways and wrong ways. And the way I did it was with Todd Knopp's Rancho plates, but I did it with a Summit body, which is that bad boy right there. That came with a lot of challenges all on its own. The SCX10 wheelbase is 12.5. The Summit is 13.1. So there's a lot of adjustments that had to be made to compensate for the extra wheelbase. Let's first start with the body, making a Traxxas body work on an SCX10. That was challenging just to get the wheelbase down right. But this is the body. It's my zombie extermination crew body, and the paint was cool. It was fun to do. Just zombie blood splatter everywhere, and it was fun. I liked it, but it was just time to move on for me. But here is a Traxxas Summit bumper. Getting this to mount, I had to make my own pegs here. Made them out of Durlin, got them the length I wanted, cut them, but to make them fit in these holes here, right here, I had to sand them down. So I had to sand them down to make them fit inside, and then use the stock screws to screw it in down there. This right here with the winch, I had to cut this out here. It was made for a fake winch. Well, I use a real one, so I cut it out and then put my fair lead inside, or on the outside right there, ran the string through. Also, over here we got the 2.2 rigs, or 2.2 tires, sorry. RC full-wheel drive, IROX. They're pretty decent tires. I wasn't a big fan of them. I love my BFGs. They're awesome. But these are good tires. It was fun to run them. It made a lot of things really easy running the 2.2s. So the most challenging thing was to find your line. That was the biggest challenge when driving. It was to find the right line to get between really tight gates. Everything else was pretty easy, but you would think with the extended extra wheelbase length that climbing up steep hills would become really easy, and that's not the case. The 2.2s raise everything up, and when you get that extra height with the center of gravity being higher, it really kind of counteracts the extra wheelbase that I got from it. So it was fun. It was still a real good challenge. But coming up on 2016, I'm going to go back to my 1.9s to really dial this rig in. 2015, I was experimentation. You know, I just wanted to have fun, do some different builds, and which I did. It was fun. It was a nice challenge, but now it's time to go to the 1.9s. Before I do that, just want to two things. When you're stretching out the wheelbase, you have to get different lengths. If you want to run a Traxxas body with the extra length, you're going to have to change out your lengths. And I ended up getting these. These are made out of Durlin from Double D's RCs. These are Durlin with Traxxas ends on them to give it the extra length that we needed to stretch it out. These are really good links. I will be getting them in a set of 1.9s as well. And with this build as well, my buddy Ernesto with Your Scale Banners, he'd made me my own scale banner for Double D's RCs to go with the theme of the zombie rig. These are really good scale banners, high quality. If you want a scale banner for your garage, which this is my first one, there'll be more to come. Your Scale Banners is the way to go. Just want to throw that out there, guys. Alright, so let's go back to talking about the 1.9 rig here. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing real quick. I want to show you the difference in the two bodies here, okay? So, this is your stock SCX-10, and here's your Summit Traxxas Body. Just to show you the difference in the length. There you go. You can see how much further the front end sticks out, and then you add a bumper to it. So let's add let's throw it on like this. You can really see the difference. I mean, it is completely covering up the front bumper and stinger, and it's just a lot longer, but it's fun. You want to do it? Have at it. You got any questions? Let me know, and I can help you out with stuff. So let's talk about this bad boy here. Haven't done anything different to it other than added some lights with the light buckets that Axial provides, or you can get. I did trim down the front of the body to get it to sit lower, and I did trim out the back right there a little bit so it can sit lower as well. So let's set this over here for now. Put this back together. Alright, so sorry, I had to adjust everything. Didn't want to shake the camera a lot on you. Let's talk about this rig. First thing I want to point out, I use zip ties all the time. Why? If you need to get access to something like your box here, you just cut them off real quick, get into the box, make any adjustments you need, and then get right back out. Let's just we'll stick with that, okay? My wiring, I try to keep it as nice and neat, as clean as possible. Standard SCX-10 for the most part. Let's see here. Got aluminum links, which, like I said, I will be swapping out to the Durlin links. They slide so much better. You can see underneath here, these bad boys are just tore up. I mean, they're scratched up all get out, and they don't slide on the rocks nearly as well, and that's what I play in mostly, is the rocks. So the Durlin links, they slide a heck of a lot better. So, changes. What have we done? With the shocks here, I got single one-piece springs in the shocks, and these are from Team Associated. Alright, I'll put a part number down in the description as well. I drained out all the oil and put 25 weight, 22.5 weight Team Associated oil in them. Just it's a lighter oil, allows it to flux a little bit better. One of the first things I did was battery relocation. Normally it sits back here in the back in between the towers. Well, I went ahead and moved it forward. You want to get as much weight as forward as possible. I know the next thing I did was these Rancho plates right here. I don't know if you see, but they bolt right along the outside of the frame. Alright, these are mostly used for your Rancho conversions so that you can run AR-60 axles underneath and move the links up so that they can get clearance and get the right angles. I still use it because I still have my front links up here. Or front and rear upper links are both on here just to give it better angles, get the links lined up. Let's see. What else? Next thing I did was an MMP. This whole bad boy's nasty. It is awesome. Got it set up in brushless mode, and we are running a Tekin Pro 4 brushless motor. This thing is nasty. Stupid power, like stupid braking power. You don't go full throttle and stop because you're gonna break stuff. We got aluminum, steel transmission gears, steel spur, and steel pinion on the motor. Had to beef it up. MIP axle drive shafts underneath. They're awesome. They're extremely strong. Everybody talks excellent about them, and I haven't had any problems even being stupid. What's next? The droop hoops. Double D's RCs. Droop hoops. Front and rear. Also, the Rancho plates are Double D RC. And one more product is the servo. This is supposed to be a plate for your servo winch, whichever one you call it. I use it for my own application right now to run a standard winch on, but these plates are awesome. With these droop hoops, front and rear, you can see all the different options you have to move your suspension around and really get it tuned in to how you want it to perform. Everybody drives differently, everybody has a different style, and you see how many options are here. Tons of options. I have moved my front ones around about 10 different times, just trying to dial them in to get it to perform the way I want it to perform. And like I said, I literally just put this back in 1.9 form, so I still have a lot of tuning to do to get it dialed in just the way I want it for the upcoming 2016 season. The rears I haven't messed with too much. You can see right here, I've tilted them forward, raised and lowered them. All these replace these. These are your stock hoops. So they would go there. You get two options, here or here, and mount up in the front. Alright, that's it. You got your body holes. You can't really do any adjusting. If you do, you're cutting new holes in your bodies, and it's hard to change from body to body. On your stock axial trees, you get these extra body mounts, and you can move them back and forth just to whatever body you want. You can adjust them for your honcho body. You can adjust them for your dingo bodies. Complete, full customization. It's awesome. Let's see. I've got all my electronics in here. I've got a 10 amp Castle BEC sitting in here to power everything. When I run 3-cell batteries, plugs into here. The power wire that is fed from your ESC to your receiver, you pull that out. You pull the power wire out, tape it up, keep it sealed, and then the BEC is what's powering everything. So that way I've got it set to 6 volts. That way my high tech under here, 7955 TG, it gets 6 volts of power and it puts out 333 ounces of torque. So that's what we've done there. That way we get nice smooth power constantly. It's awesome. Love it. What else we got going on in the rig? We got RC full drive Warren winch. It's okay. I'm waiting for it to go out. It's not nearly as strong as a servo winch can be, and it has a lot of drag. I'm still running stock radio right now, so I don't have 3 channels. Once I do swap over to probably a 4-channel radio, I could set it up a little bit differently and get rid of the drag. That's pretty much about it. These tires are stock BFGs that come with this rig specifically, and all I did was put some CI foam little Novas in there. I believe running soft in the front, medium in the rear. But even if you don't build these rigs up and do all the customizing that you can on these things, these rigs are awesome to start with. The only thing really, if you're getting into it, that I'd suggest changing are your links here to at least aluminum. The Durlin links are even better. And your steering links. You gotta change these steering links out. The plastic ones that are here are horrible. They're just junk. They've been like crazy, and they're junk. Oh yeah, one other thing. I do have the high steer, the high steer knuckles on here to raise the steering up. You get a little more steering because your links aren't hitting the pumpkin down here. They're way up here. So yeah, that's that. There's not really much else to talk about with it. Just want to talk about my experiences. I have been to Sorka events. I've been to G6 events. Sorka's is fun. There's a lot of rules. It is all drivers competition. It's all about the driver. The G6 events, they're about the people. I mean, it's awesome. All the people that you meet during those events, the things that the events themselves are completely different. You have gates, you have driver challenges along the way, and it's awesome. You meet a lot of people. Even both events, you meet all types of people, all love the sport, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a different lifestyle. It gets you active, it gets you out there, you meet a lot of people. It's all about having an adventure. Going out to places you haven't been before, meeting new people, and doing different challenges. It's fun. Another fun aspect of it is the judging aspect. Judging, getting on the course and with a clipboard and a timer and judging the competitors as they go through, just keeping track of score. You know, you can help people along the way, give them, you can tell when somebody's new into the hobby and this is their first event, they haven't done much, and you can get out there and you give them little tips along the way, and if things start to click for them, it's really fun. And you're helping people. You're giving back to the sport because there's always somebody that's judging. And when you're at big events and you're judging, you don't have time to run your rig. So that allows other people they don't have to worry about the judging. You're all cutting up, having a good time, and man, it's just awesome. If you got any questions about any of it, leave it in the comments section below. I'll leave you links to products, and man, it's just awesome. If you haven't gotten into it and you've been wanting to, do it. It is a blast. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.